Look at these bubbles. Someone has been burping away. Look, it looks creamy. It has something that we call the raft, just this beautiful foamy layer on top. So time to move on to make the dough. I have a bowl, a teaspoon measure, some olive oil that I'm using. You could be using vegetable oil if you want. I'm using olive oil today, and a fork for me. So this kit has traveled a long way to get to you, and sometimes the flour will settle on the bottom of the cup. What I like to do before we add the wet ingredients is to get both containers in there. Okay, and then we are going to whisk a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is, before I add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, I'm gonna do two things. One is I'm gonna measure 1 teaspoon of the olive oil inside my wet ingredients. I'm gonna use my finger here, make a well, and mix this up. And add it right in there, okay? It should feel like the Play-Doh that you just opened from, you know, when you get a brand new little cup of Play-Doh, and it's soft, it's very pliable, but it's not sticky to your hand. That's what we're looking for. And what I do is I kind of pinch, get every little bit of flour into this ball of dough. I'm gonna show you something. Do you see how when I'm kneading here, this dough is sticking a little bit to my surface? That means that this dough is a little bit on the wet side. It's a little sticky, and I'm gonna have to adjust it. So we send to you something called fairy dust. It's a little pack of all-purpose flour just to make that adjustment. I also have here just a little bowl with some flour. And what I do is just to sprinkle some of that fairy dust or flour in there until that dough is not sticking anymore, okay? And then I'm gonna use this dough to really catch all what is here. So we like to say that we want you to knead this dough for about 5 to 7 minutes. I also want to talk about how do you knead, okay? What's the best way to do it? Kneading is a pretty vigorous activity. You use your whole body. You're using your shoulder, your arm, the weight of your body, okay? Look at that, little sticky. So how I like to do, I put one hand on top of the other, I press it down, and I say pancake, and I roll into a ball. I press pancake, and I roll into a ball. I'm feeling very close, and let me show you. So when we stretch the dough, it doesn't rip on the surface, and the dough is pretty much going to double in size while it's rising. We're going to put it in a warm place, so I think that oven turned off with the light on can be a great place. A sunny corner of your kitchen can be a great place. I'm just going to use the same bowl. I'm going to get a little bit of oil right on top. And why do you do that, Chef Vanessa? We do that so the dough doesn't get in contact with the air and doesn't dry up. So when it dries up, it forms a film on top, and you don't want that later on. So you just kind of make a little oily surface, put into your bowl. Look at the size, because you're gonna look for this to double in size. And then I'm gonna cover with a clean kitchen towel and put it away in a warm place.